mainly because I was out of shape. Once I got in shape, I was fine. Because that's another thing in wrestling. When you out of shape, you start to forget everything. You know, when you out of shape, you tend to take shortcuts. And Rip didn't like that shit very much. So, like, you know, we went through about 2 months of never getting in the ring, punching and kicking and you know, doing up downs and grape squishers and grabbing somebody and doing lockup around the ring for fucking 5 minutes and
all the chain and
like all the chain stuff. Like, man, that stuff, man, Rip would put garbage cans on both sides of the ring. It wasn't a question of if you was gonna throw up, but when.
New guys were 10 minutes usually.
Man, I knew I was over as fuck when I got about 3 months or 4 months in, and I could get in the ring and go 30 minutes and not worry about whether I was gonna fuck up or not. I was good. I said, man, I'm good now. I'm ready. Give me a shot. And shit, I dropped 88 pounds.
Holy shit.
88 pounds. Every Friday I weighed in. And every week, the whole time that I was there for 10 months, I lost weight. I never had a week where I gained.
Wow.
So like, and that was by the conditioning and training, as well as Rip was like, hey, you already strong enough. Why the fuck you going to the gym and lifting heavy weights? Like, stop doing that. Like, you ain't a lifter no more. And nobody had told me that before. Like, my identity as being the strongest man in the world, I wanted to keep that. But in wrestling, I had to let it go because the focus was on me being a better wrestler, not the strongest man in the world. They was going to say I was the strongest man in the world, whether I was or not.
Yep.
That was Rip. Rip was like, you know that they can say that you a goddamn fairy and you can fly and sprinkle dust on people. Why are you trying to do that still? You come to practice tired and hurt already. Like, you need to focus on this. So that was my eye opening. Sometimes you got to take lessons hard. People got to be completely honest.
Let's rewind just a little bit then. So when you first got the word you were going down to OVW, what did you think of that in the first place? And then did you know you were going to get trained by Rip? Did you know about Rip? Anything about Rip?
I didn't know. Well, I got banished to Canada. So I was in Canada training with Leo Burke. And Leo, I told Leo, hey, the WWE called me and told me they want me to go to Louisville, so I'm leaving tomorrow. And he was like, well, I'm glad they called me and told me. And I was like, well, I'm in shit, man.
Oh, what year was this?
That was 99.
Okay.
So in 99, you know, I leave Canada and I come to Louisville just as it turns 2000. And that was my first stint there. And, you know, I get down there, and as good as I was training with Brett and them and Leo, my conditioning still was not like what it needed to be, and especially in rip eyes. And then I got in there, man, and I was 402, 405 or something like that. And I ended up getting down to 317.
Wow.
So like, it was a lot of fucking work done that year. And like, you know, Vaughn, I don't know if you remember, like, you had to do a Broadway. Did you have to do a Broadway?
Oh yeah. I never did the hour one. I always put my head down and turned it and told him I wouldn't drive him to OVW anymore if he ever made me do the hour Broadway. But
oh, well, fuck, I didn't know that was an option.
Well, you didn't drive him.
So my I had to do my I had to do Broadway with Flash Flanagan, and I kept saying, man, I'm not going to be able to wrestle an hour. I can't do it. I can't do it. Well, if you fucking think you can't do it, then you can't do it. Like, if you're a pussy, yeah, so you just ripped me to shreds. And finally, I was just like, all right, I'm going to do it. And, man, like 20 minutes went by, 30 minutes went by. I'm falling. I'm getting down. I'm trying to do 10 covers just to get time in. And I get down on one knee and I was like, I'm done. And he was like, no, you're not. Get your ass up, you fat bastard. And I got up and man, I got to 41 minutes, man. And I finally just said, I can't breathe. I had to go stand outside. And I probably stayed outside for like 40 minutes, an hour, just trying to catch my breath, man. I was on the brink of a heart attack. But I had a level of confidence from that day of being in the ring. And even when I started to hold on to the ropes, and it was like, keep moving, just walk, just move, just do something. It's like when you can push yourself to those limits, like you just can't help but be good. And they don't train like that no more.
No, yeah.
Like wrestlers don't, people will go to HR on you if you trained them like that.
Watch. I said, watch this next video that's coming up on your screen. Remember now, watch it.
that I can't get this shit closed.